All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a new moment, a new evening, of course. From wherever you are watching, this is Breaking the Ceiling Show. Of course, today I am your guest, and our host is Mwalimu Ken Odhiambo. From wherever you're watching, sit back, relax, and enjoy because an amazing conversation is coming up. I'll be your guest for today. My name is Simy Kenya. Back to our host. Karibu sana, Mr. Ken.
Simy, umeweza kunikaribisha kwa show.
Welcome to your show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Breaking the Ceiling in association with SV Hotel Kisumu.
What unakujua kama Simy Kenya? What's your real name?
I'm Simeon Otieno. Most of them know. The ones I've sent money know. Yes, I'm Simeon Otieno. Born and bred in Homa Bay County, County of Endless Potentials, County number 43. I'm a firstborn in a family of 2. We are both boys.
Apart from content creation, is there anything you do? Yeah.
Congratulations, Mara Music Awards. Yes. And we know again you among the nominees in the Mara Music Awards. Maybe you can just tell us under which category?
I was nominated under Most Supportive Online Platform of the Year. Last year, I'm proud to say that I was the first person to win that award when Mara started.
I think for now, my biggest venture is in content. Yeah, because most people know me as Simy Kenya. Majority. Actually, Simy Kenya is the one who was invited to the show.
Yeah.
So any other thing, if it's being done, it's done by Simy Otieno.
Yeah.
So one day, if Simy Otieno comes to the show, he will also tell us what he does. But Simy Kenya is a content creator, a media personality, and an entertainer. Yes.
How did you get into content creation, like making that decision to be a content creator?
Not so, like, it's been a journey. It's a decision that it's something that started way back. Growing up, of course, nobody says that when I grow up I want to be a content creator. We always have those ambitions that you want to venture in. You always have those professions that you want to take part in. But when I was in high school now, we used to be in drama, and then I started football commentation.
And I'm telling you, the Arsenal has done what they are good at, which is always leading and not winning.
So when I started football commentation, we commentated football up to national levels. Yeah. With a guy called Quiri Jr. So
As students?
Yes. And we were being paid. We were not doing it for free. Yeah. Sometimes they organize us. Like, let's say if the games are going to county level, the organizers would even send us a car to pick us from school and ask for permission from the administration.
Which school were you?
River Boys, Alliance of Homa Bay County.
There is how they call themselves.
Pinches Republic.
Pinches. Yeah, so you come from
I'm a product of Pinches. I told you I'm born and bred in Homa Bay County. So my primary and high school life were purely in Homa Bay County. So I went to Pinches Republic, River Boys. So when we were at River Boys, now I started commentating. So we went up to nationals. I remember nationals at that time. I think it was in 20 some years there. But I calculate me akadam.
Yes.
So we went to Kakamega High School. So there we met Diblo Mona Wakabevi. We met Stephen Kangai. We met Fred Arocho. And all they could say is that you guys are doing it well. Yeah. So when I finished high school, now I joined radio. 1 week after Form 4. Yes. Tulitoka shule Tuesday, nikaingia radio the following week on Monday. Gulf Radio 88.3 FM.
Oh,
Kosele. Yes. So I was a comedian co-host in the breakfast show with a guy called Jared Ujwang. Yeah. So after some time Jared left, we worked with Jeremiah Rondo, then I left, came to Kisumu. So when I came to Kisumu, I was now supposed to join campus because remember I had just joined radio after Form 4. So when I came to Kisumu, I was to join campus. But now before I joined campus, I met Chala on 4th of August 2015 now.
It is very
yes. So that was my first time because you see when you were on radio there at Gulf, you know there are people you just want to listen to because there is something they have that you're looking for. So Jalango was one of them. Ajombuta was also doing well at Ramogi. So those are people we were really looking up to and listening. So when I met Jalas, on this day, there was a Luo stand-up comedy show called, it was just called the Luo Comedy Show, hosted by a guy called Aboksa Naila here in Kisumu. So when we went to this show, it was happening at a certain club called Club Whistles. Nowadays it's not there. Yeah. So we went there. So I met Jalas. So as I was performing, Jalas came in. He was coming in when I was performing. Then now he told Wagonyiro that we need to work with this guy. So I also joined Jalango with the Money through that show. So when I joined Jalango with the Money now for a short period of time before now the show went on break. Yeah, it went. The season ended. So now when the season ended, remember I was about to join campus. So when I joined campus, I deferred. I joined and deferred Maseno University, the Center of Excellence, the only university along the equator.
You joined which course?
Business administration with IT.
Okay.
Maseno, when you're doing
Maseno
any
kuna
course,
with IT.
even if you're doing IT, you do it IT with IT. So, so Maseno. So I joined Maseno now. I deferred because I was now focusing on Jalango with the Money. So Jalango with the Money now, I did Jalango with the Money, then now the season ended. Now I came back. Luckily, when I came back, Sky FM was being opened. It had been opened, but I think there were some issues with the license. So they had now sorted it. So it was now coming back on air. Tulienda tukajaribu, and we got in. So I went back on air again. So I worked at Sky FM. After Sky FM, there came Kata Radio because I wanted to change at least, from Luo to something national. Akata was English. So there I also did a breakfast show with Charity, Akata Radio, until now COVID came.
All this time, were you already Simy Kenya or were you still?
And I was Simy. So the Kenya part now came when we went to Kampala, Uganda, to perform. There was something called Kampala Comedy Festival. It was happening 2 days. It was happening, I think, on 29th June and 30th June. Yeah, 2018 now. So we went to Kampala. So we were invited 3 comedians. We were invited, Dr. Ofweneke was representing Nairobi. Emmanuel Kisiangani was representing Mombasa, but he was based in Nairobi. Then I was representing Kisumu in this Kampala Comedy Festival. So now when we went to this show, the person who wrote my name on that list, instead of writing Simy, then hyphen Kenya, meaning Simy from Kenya, he didn't put that hyphen, right? So when the person who was introducing me on stage introduced me, he just said, "Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Simy Kenya," right?
Yeah.
Because if you put the hyphen now, it means Simy from,
Kenya.
yes.
Yeah.
So when he introduced me on stage, now I did my best. When I came back out of stage, every comedian was now, you guy from Kenya, Simy Kenya, Simy Kenya, Simy Kenya, Simy Kenya. So that's how now the name Simy Kenya. So all this time it was Simy Kenya, Simy Kenya, Simy Kenya. So all this time now it was Simy Kenya. So when I came back, I just embraced it. On my social media, I moved from Simy to Simy Kenya.
If at all you were to attribute who you are today to somebody, who is this person who pushed you so much to be who you are?
Must it be a person?
Maybe anything.
Poverty. Yes.
Yeah.
Poverty.
What was your background?
We didn't suffer when my dad was alive, but when he died, we suffered. Good one. When I got on radio, I was riding pikipiki, nilikuwa mtu wa boda. Nimekwambia tulimatoka shule on a Tuesday, but now my dad died when I was in Form 3. So my dad, by the time he was dying, he had exhausted everything because he died of spleen cancer. And you know, cancer has this habit of finishing everything before you go. Yes, yeah. So by the time he was going, we had exhausted everything. In fact, when he died, we had debts. Yes. So mom had not been employed at that time. Right now she's a teacher. So all this time, when we were doing all this burial and stuff, we already had debts. Now, my dad died in November when we were now going to Form 4. So in Form 4 now, in December now, There was no money. I told you I'm the first one. So I started now kuendesha pikipiki. Squad too. I have a brother of mine called Dan Jakosele. So Dan used to give me his motorbike. Kama ako busy nachukua ingine. So I became friends with those guys. We developed a lot. So I started kuendesha pikipiki home. So nikaendesha hii pikipiki. So every time nikiwa half term, nikiwa tumefukuzwa fee, all this time, so long as I'm not in school, nilikuwa ni pikipiki. Now niliendesha hii pikipiki mpaka hii pikipiki ilifanya nikakuwa suspended. Because I remember one Friday, I went to sneak out of school. Nilikuwa nimesota. So I sneaked out of school to go and ride the motorbike the whole night, because Friday tunakuanga na markets kama 3 huko kwetu. So plus now those were going to clubs. So I'm sure ikifika asubuhi kitu kama 4-5 hapo nimetengeneza kama 2,000 hivi. So nirudi shule. So by the time I was coming
through the fence.
Yes. So by the time I was coming back nikapatikana. Right? So I was suspended. So when I was suspended now, nikaendesha pikipiki yangu sasa nikarudi shule. So when I was suspended, hiyo time I was suspended, nilikuwa naendesha pikipiki. Then I happened to meet a guy called Jeremiah On. So Jeremiah was one of the presenters at Gulf. But they used to come to school to collect news during sports, lakini walikuwa wanatuona tangaza mpira. Yeah. So akaniambia bwana, si unasoma ulio? Nikamwambia, but you're doing well. But now today, remember niko suspension, tunafaa kutoka ni 20 term 3. Now what you do today, I'm going to invite you in studio, then as a motorist. So we'll talk about the motorcycle career, nini, tell us about the challenges. So hapo kwa challenges, now I told a story about a guy called Sonko. Sonko was a policeman. He was a corporal.
Yeah.
So the story came out funny. How he used to harass us, he could chase you, he could, do all these things. The story came out funny. So people thought it was choreographed on radio. People thought it was just a story. So the following week, now, people thought that I was a presenter there telling stories about what happens outside there on the road. So when I came back, then when next week came, people started calling, na leo Corporal ako wapi? Corporal nikanye. So he had to call me, then I came back. That Sunday, I had to rush. Now when I came back, he told me, now that these people have loved you, what you do, write an application. But I told you I'm still going to school. Next time we are doing an exam. I just wrote the application. We did the interview before I went back to school. And the director.
This was during this
suspension period.
So this suspension came up with something good.
Exactly. So the director of communications, technical director of Gulf Radio was called Mr. Mosley Joga. So Mosley gave me his card, told me, the day you will come out of school, ile siku utamaliza tu shule hivi, call me. I kept that card, nikaiweka, nikasave number kwa simu ya mama yangu, nikaandika kwa shati yangu, nikakram, the number was all over. So ile siku tulirudi nikampigia. Nikamwambia nimerudi, akaniambia come to the station tomorrow, now Wednesday. So I went, then he told me come on Friday for photography and tag. Then I came, then they told me you are reporting on Monday. So that's how I got on radio 1 week after Form 4. Yeah, so one thing that pushes me, that keeps me going is poverty. Yes, I've tested it. It's not a good thing.
Poverty is ugly.
It's very ugly. So, very, very ugly. Worse than all our excess.
So what has been that most rewarding moment, or what has been the most rewarding aspect of your journey so far?
As a content creator, when I interviewed Jalas. Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this new and amazing episode of the Talk Show Live. My name is Simy Kenya. Of course, when we hit your screens, we come with the best.
When I interviewed Jalas, it was a dream come true. Because when we were still students, when I was still a student, they used to do a program with Alex Makideu on Maisha Asubuhi, Alex na Jalas. Yeah. That guy was like, ni mtu nilikuwa natamani kumuona, sio kumuongelesha. Yaani nikae tu mahali na apite ni muone.
Ile mimi nilikuwa nataka Simy Kenya kwa show yangu.
Thank you. Yeah, so I really wanted to see this guy because every time you listened to Jalas on radio, you could feel passion, hard work, and commitment. That trio.
He was like somebody escaping from something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he always also tell me that his main motivation is poverty. All right? So, one thing that I felt good about, one day when I asked him for an interview and he told me, son, come tomorrow. When I interviewed him, it was a dream come true. But I think I still have so many dreams that one day I believe we will achieve.
Okay, Simy, how hard is it to be a celebrity in Kenya?
I think it's hard. It's not easy. It's just like any other job, because you don't expect one job to be hard and another one to be easy. Leo ukiweka polisi hapa atakwambia kazi ya polisi Kenya ni ngumu sana. Ukiweka tena mwalimu atakwambia kufundisha wa Kenya ni ngumu sana. Ukiweka pastor atakwambia kuwa wa Kenya ni ngumu sana. So everybody will tell you, because content creation and being a celebrity is just like any other job. You have it has its own challenges, but it now happens. What normally happens is because I think majority of people sometimes think or believe that celebrities are super human beings, like they're not normal people. Yeah,
they want to influence how you wear.
Yes, how you talk, how you dress,
yeah,
where you stay, which car you drive. You know, kwa hiyo nyumba wakasema mimi sasa ni nyaparaum. When I was doing my show wakaanza kuniita fisherman. You know, so at the end of the day, because, and we understand them, because we have put our life to them. That's why it's called social media. You are online. So you have 300,000 people following you. Yeah. The reason they are following you is because you're present there. You're always there. So whenever they are following you, they have the right to say, hey, leo umevaa vibaya. Hey, wewe unatupigia kelele, unatubo. Because there are also people who
does it affect you sometimes?
No, it used to. It used to a lot. Sometimes mtu angekutusi mpaka uingie inbox. Muulize bro, sasa hata tujuani, kwani shida ni nini? Bro, hata kama hiyo ndio mbaya nitaacha, you know. But now when I realized that these people are abusing Simy Kenya. But whenever they abuse Simy Kenya, mwenye anakuwa na stress ni Simy Otieno. These are two different people. Unaona? Very different people, worlds apart. Simy Otieno is just like any other Michael Mondi, Jono Molo doing their things somewhere. Yeah? Ni kama tu mwalimu, daktari tu mahali. But Simy Kenya now ni kama sasa duka. It's like a shop or a business that makes money so that Simy can eat. Just the same way somebody can have wines and spirit. Wines and spirit itatengeneza pesa akule. So watu wakisema eti pombe ni mbaya kwa wines and spirit yako, sio wewe ndio mbaya. It should not stress you. So I realized what now makes even our celebrities sometimes get into depression is because we tend to think on behalf of our brands too much, that when it syncs with you, the person. I told you that mimi sahi landlord yangu ajui Simy Kenya. Unaona? Sahi nikienda kwa bank, hakuna bank iko na jina langu kama Simy Kenya. When you go to that bank, they know you are Simy Otieno. Right? When you go to pay that rent, when you are paying those bills, when it's hard on you there. Hata sahi nikizaa mtoto kwa birth certificate hawataandika father Simy Kenya. You get?
Yeah.
So that tells you there is a difference between that brand and Simy Otieno. Therefore, Simy Kenya ni kama biashara yoyote. Inaweza fungwa saa yoyote. Saizi Zuckerberg ama watu wa TikTok, Facebook, watu wa online wakuja wakasema we are now banning Facebook, TikTok, Twitter kila mahali. Where will you see Simy Kenya? But Simy won't die. You understand?
Before nikuje interview, kuna jamaa aliniuliza na aliuliza Simy ako na mtu.
Yes, niko na mtu, kwani naweza kuwa handsome hivi na niko bila mtu. I have somebody.
Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I have the most beautiful woman in the world. She has everything that you can look into. You can look for in a woman. Yes.
I hope
she had it. Yes. But that does not mean
what you have.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are you seeing maybe yourself in 5 years?
5 years, just making the brand grow bigger, and also to create more and more employment to people, and also to just make everything blow each and every day, so that at the end of the day, we impact lives. In everything you do, just make sure you impact lives. Yeah.
And your fan base, have they shaped you into like the person that you are not before?
Of course, yes. Those people can make you be wild when you are not wild. Those people can make you be humble when you are not humble. So I think they've also played a role in shaping my personality, in building my personality. They have actually made me become a particular person in terms of personality. Yeah. So there's how I look at things. There's how I understand issues. There's how I react to stuffs, all because of my fans.
On your show, who are those people you are looking at now? Maybe to interview. If this person comes to my show,
The only one, there's only, I look at so many people, but there is this one interview that I'm really looking up to. Yes, I hope one day, when I'm still alive.
who is this person?
Dr. Jessica Media. Yes.
And that is it for today. My name is Mwalimu Ken Odhiambo.
Breaking the ceiling in association with Millsview Hotel, Kisumu.